everyone, and welcome again to Creative Cakes by Sharon. Today I'm going to share with you my white chocolate cappuccino cake recipe. It's super moist, light, and of course delicious. Now everything you need to make this cake is on screen now, and of course you can find a detailed list of all the ingredients in the description box below. So the first thing I'm going to do is break up my block of white chocolate into small pieces. Now you can use any white chocolate here, so go ahead and use your favourite brand of white chocolate. Then I need to melt this down in the microwave, and I do this 20 seconds at a time on medium heat until all of the chocolate has melted. And then I can just simply put it aside until I'm ready to use it again. Now I need to cream the butter and the brown sugar until it becomes fluffy and a little bit lighter in colour. To this I'll then add the eggs one at a time, making sure to incorporate them fully after each egg. Now to dissolve the coffee powder, I'm just going to add some boiling water, and then I'll add this to the mixture and mix it all once again. You can see that the mixture looks like it's curdled a little bit, but don't worry, this is completely normal and it will all come together shortly. At this stage, it's time to add the milk to the melted chocolate, and I need to stir these until they're fully combined before adding it to my bowl. Once everything has come together, I can put my beaters away. Now all I need to do is add the flour a little bit at a time and gently fold it into the mixture. I like to do this gradually as it ensures that the flour doesn't get clumped up in big lumps. Once I've divided the batter evenly between my two lined tins, I'm just going to give them a little tap on the bench to even out the cake mixture, and then it's off to the oven to bake. While the cakes are baking, I can prepare the filling, and it's super simple to make. All I need is to whip some double cream with a teaspoon of the icing or powdered sugar. This doesn't take very long to whip, and it should be nice and stiff, but still a spreadable consistency. Now once the cakes come out of the oven, I'm just going to turn them over onto a wire rack to cool completely. Now that the cakes have cooled down, I'm going to set them up on my cake stand and fill them with a nice layer of the cream in the centre. And the final touch to make this cake nice and pretty is a generous dusting of icing sugar over the top. This cake is quite delicious. Even people who don't drink coffee love this cake because it's light in texture, light on sweetness, and light on coffee flavour. I guarantee you're going to love it.
Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to make this gorgeous henna inspired cake. This is for our daughter Hunter's 11th birthday party that's happening tomorrow, and I couldn't wait to share it with you guys as well because lots of you have been requesting to see more buttercream piping, kind of like our mandala cake. So I've taken the idea of having lots and lots of cool colours in that mandala, and I've transferred it onto a two-tier cake, giving it a little bit more of a henna feel. We've got flourishes, little leaves, lots of movement, and then we have a gorgeous cute little border on top. I had a great time piping this cake, and I really hope that you enjoy watching. So I've gone ahead and baked 2 5-inch rounds and 2 7-inch rounds to make these tiers. I used 2 batches of our orange peach cake. Anybody who's tried that recipe knows that it is super sweet and great for summer here. I've added the details in the description box below if you'd like the recipe. I've made up some of our sweet buttercream and I've just done a really natural buttercream colour on the sides of the cake. And as always, if you need a hand with any of these first steps, whether it's doing the smooth buttercream or maybe it's stacking the cakes together, you can find the details in the description box below. There'll be links to those videos to give you a hand. I've gone ahead and tinted some of our buttercream in some gorgeous colours for this henna pattern. I have a sky blue, a teal, a lemon yellow, a nice peachy shade, and a pinky red, kind of like a raspberry shade. And I've added all the details for you, the amounts that you're going to need, as well as those colours in the description box. I've also got out some number 1 and number 2 Wilton piping tips, as well as piping bags with a coupler attached. Now, if you haven't used a coupler before, they are a fantastic idea for cakes like this when we're going to be changing the size. So you can interchange your number 1 and your number 2 piping tips without getting a fresh bag. So I'm going to start with the number 2 tip and our raspberry shade. Just going to make a big circle. Then taking our lemon and a number 1 tip, just going to go around that. Do some little dots around. Then take our teal, do some arcs, some little lines in the middle, coming back with our raspberry. And switching to our number 1, just do some little arcs. The great thing about a cake like this is that you can add any details you like. Add some of our pale blue. This is one of those designs where the more that you add, the better it looks. Lots and lots of intricate details. Now I'm going to go ahead and create a leaf shape. Do 2 and then join it up. And you just keep building on it with new shapes. You can always do an outline in a number 2 and then switch to the 1. Do some bigger scrolls. You really want to get some movement on this cake. Don't be afraid to do ones where you only see a little bit of it, because it's all about them overlapping. Add some nice scrolls. comes time to join up both sides, you want to start nice and early. That way you don't end up with just a tiny section, or it will look like a straight line. Now working on the top tier, we're just going to do a really intricate border around the top of it. So I'm starting with the number 1 piping tip. Now come along with our peach. And there you are, guys, we have our henna cake. I really loved making this and I can't wait to show it to Honey for her birthday. I will tell you that this was a bit of a piping marathon. It took about 3 hours to pipe it all, so make sure you give yourself lots of breaks and lots of time if you're making this cake. If you'd love to see more designs like this, check out our mandala cake. We also have a section here that is all about our newest videos to the channel.